Hi everybody, welcome to lesson number 8, Symbols. Symbols are graphical representations of real-life objects. They're used to save the drafter time and space when preparing drawings. Each industry has their own set of symbols: mechanical, electrical, architectural, plumbing, and so forth. In this lesson, you'll learn some of the standard symbols and where to find clarity for symbols you're unfamiliar with. The objective of Lesson 8 is to recognize and identify some of the common trade symbols and identify some of the various types of trade drawings. There's really 3 parts to blueprint reading. There's our paper language, our pattern and path, and your construction knowledge. Paper language is made up of the conventions we've learned about at the beginning of our course. Things like line styles, text, and also symbols. Pattern path is how to make your way through the drawing set, so identifying your plan views, details, following sections. And construction knowledge is based on your experience and the training that you're receiving. Symbols are a graphical representation of different features that appear on blueprint plans or elevations. Sometimes they look like the actual object, but they don't have to. ANSI and ISO are organizations responsible for trying to standardize symbols. Some companies do create their own symbols, however. Always look for a symbol legend on your drawing to help identify symbols. I'm going to take a look at a few standard industry symbols. The first section we're going to look at is architectural symbols. We're going to look at walls. So you can see we're given a description and the symbol of what it would look like on a floor plan. Doors. We now have a description, what it would look like on a floor plan, and what it would look like on an elevation. More types of doors. And still more doors. Note the floor and the ceiling hatches. We're now going to look at windows. So we're given a description, the plan view, and the elevation view. Note your elevation views for your different types of windows. A casement window that shows a hidden line, a dashed line like this, means that it is hinged on the left-hand side. So this window is one that you would crank open, and it would have the hinge on the left-hand side. We have sliders. We also have an awning. Note the dashed line. It's hinged at the top, so it raises up and out. And a hopper. The dashed lines show that it has a hinge on the bottom, so it hinges down and out. In our kitchen plans, note that upper cabinets are shown as a hidden line. Lower cabinets are shown with solid object lines. Elevations of cabinets show dashed lines to identify which side the hinge is on. Appliances can also be shown as symbols on your drawings. Material symbols. You'll see material symbols used in building sections and details. Mechanical symbols. These are the symbols that you'll find in your drawing sets that deal with HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, refrigeration, and plumbing. And we have an electrical section. Note the standard symbol for a light switch and the standard symbol for a plug or outlet. Note the difference between the wall-mounted light and the ceiling-mounted light. The wall-mounted light has a line coming off the side of it. There are different types of drawings that use symbols. There's a block diagram, so a diagram of a system in which the parts are represented by blocks connected by lines that show the relationships of the blocks. Not the location of them, but their relation to one another, how they function with each other. A wiring diagram shows the detailed wiring of devices and systems. It does show items in their location. And a schematic diagram uses lines to represent the wires and symbols to represent the components. It's used to show how the circuit functions, not the location of the components. And note, we have a wiring callout. On some of your diagrams you come across, you'll see wiring callouts. Your first number is your quantity. Your second number is your wire size, your wire type, and a conduit size given in millimeters and inches. So that concludes our introduction to symbols. You're now ready to proceed with the learning activity steps in lesson number 8.